Officer is claiming a convicted killer from Peterborough may have carried out another murder and a series of rapes in the 1980s.
Chris Clark says Paul Taylor, who's serving life for murdering Sally McGrath, should be investigated over unsolved crimes in the south of England. Keith Wilkinson has more on this.
It was a terrible miscarriage of justice. Michael Shirley from Leamington Spa, seen here on his first day of freedom after spending 16 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit. Jailed when he was just 18, a sailor with the Royal Navy. He was wrongly convicted of the murder of Linda Cook, a barmaid who was brutally attacked in Portsmouth in 1986. Since Mr. Shirley was released 13 years ago, the murder has remained unsolved. Now, Chris Clark, known as the armchair detective, has named a man he says should be thoroughly investigated over the killing. Mr. Clark, who's written a book on the Yorkshire Ripper, is a former intelligence officer with the police in Norfolk. Now retired, his hobby is looking at unsolved cases, and he makes this claim.
From the information I've gleaned from the public sector, I feel very strongly that Paul Taylor should be seriously looked at as being a candidate for the Linda Cook murder of 1986.
Paul Taylor, originally from Leicester, was jailed for life 4 years ago for the murder of Sally Ann McGrath from Peterborough. Her body was found in woods nearby more than 30 years earlier. He was convicted of the killing and a number of rapes in that period after a cold case review by detectives in Cambridgeshire. Mr. Clark says Taylor used to live a few miles from Linda Cook in Hampshire. He believes he may have killed her and carried out a series of rapes still unsolved in that area too.
This mirrors exactly what happened in Peterborough some 10 years previously, from the mid-1975 through to 1979. As I can see it, Taylor had the method, the motive and the opportunity.
Hampshire Constabulary have told us they cannot say whether Mr. Taylor has been under investigation over the Linda Cook murder for data protection reasons. A statement says a review of all information and evidence available in the Linda Cook murder case is ongoing as part of regular routine work carried out by Hampshire Constabulary. Mr. Clark's information has been received. We're always grateful to members of the public who make genuine attempts to assist with solving any crime. Having examined the information he sent us, no new suspects or any new lines of inquiry have been identified at this time. Michael Shirley's lawyer says it's about time the Linda Cook case was solved.
The family of the victim were distraught when Michael Shirley was released, understandably, because it meant that they were reliving the trauma from all those years before when they lost her. They deserve, like Michael Shirley and his family in particular, who supported him, they deserve to be given the closure which finding the culprit might achieve.
ITV News has approached Taylor for a comment through his lawyers. They've told us he has nothing to say. Keith Wilkinson, ITV News.